I don't know, it was just kind of an interesting title because it implied decisions to be made.
We're literally on the Chicago to LA passenger train. Amtrak stops in Newton.
I've always known that Volland was a crossroads because it was the halfway point between two small ranching towns.
Change came in a very fast and furious way with the tornado that wiped out the community.
And our museum is literally on top of the Chisholm Trail where they drove cattle, so we had to apply.
I was intrigued by the title. It really made me feel like we could ask our community interesting questions and maybe come up with some new ideas about our future.
Our local exhibit was called Deep Roots and New Growth in Wabunsee County.
Our exhibit is called Breaking Ground Fireballs of Norton County. We chose 5 different stories about people that had maybe an eccentric personality, or they were just very progressive for their time.
Our local exhibit we called Of Land and People, our community at the Crossroads of Change.
Our theme was Envision, Engage, and Endeavor. Our actual exhibit was made up of 4-inch by 4-inch tiles. We engaged people from the age of kindergarten through 88 years old who painted these tiles and voiced what they see Crossroads being, rural America, vision, and things that they love about rural Kansas.
Well, the pandemic really did present a lot of challenges. At one point, we didn't even know if we could have it. So in about February, some museums were beginning to open up with reservations, masking, social distancing. We started with a low number, and then as we saw how that worked out, we were able to increase the number of reservations per hour. And we had a staff member who worked very, very hard to make sure that everybody who wanted to see the exhibit could come. And it worked out very well.
One of the ways we adapted to dealing with COVID and changing circumstances was developing some graphics that would help disperse visitors in our museum. And so Take Another Look was a prompt, then they would go into our print and find this logo in front of another section that explored that topic in greater depth. Our museum has summer camps, and one of the popular camps was Pedal Power. It was intergenerational. Children and adults learn about bicycles, safe bicycling, the history of bicycling, and we use components of our companion exhibit to help them learn about the system of trails in North Newton. One of the joys of my job is I get to ride a 1882 high-wheel bicycle. As part of the bike camp, I showed the campers that bicycle and other historic bikes we had, and then I led them on a bike tour along North Newton's biking trail. I was in the lead on the high wheel, and 20 bikes trailed me. I was like the Pied Piper of a bicycle through our town.
It's important to have a gallery in small towns because people aren't going to drive 40 miles away. But if it's in town and it comes to them, then they're much more likely to experience it. And I think that is the importance of a traveling exhibit, is to bring those kinds of experiences into small places that they wouldn't get otherwise.
There was a farmer that came up to me in Garden City, and he said, you know, you really need humanities involved in these kinds of conversations, because humanities offers a way for people to engage on hard topics without it being adversarial, because it's like a third party. You're observing and you're talking with each other about, well, what do you see? This is what I see. And so I think humanities, it offers an opportunity for people to just have those hard conversations that we've been trying to have over the last year in a way that's productive and in a way that helps people feel heard, so that they can come to the table with solutions instead of, walking away from each other.
The Crossroads Change in Rural America initiative was successful because of the many ways
people came together to support it. The National Museum on Main Street program at the Smithsonian Institution, Humanities Kansas, local community partners, donors, and supporters all contributed to creating engaging and healthy cultural opportunities for all. Humanities Kansas partnered with 6 communities to host the Smithsonian exhibit and an additional 15 partner communities to engage in conversations about the history, culture, and future of rural Kansas. Together, they reached over 17,000 Kansans through local exhibits and programming, and more than 30,000 people connected with Crossroads online. New partnerships were formed, creating opportunities for future collaborations.